Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to 2023, and you are listening to the Happiness Podcast with Riri Okoye, the Happiness Growth Podcast with Riri Okoye, and it's nice to welcome you into 2023. So let me ask you a question. How are you feeling this year? Come on, be honest. Are you feeling like there's like a January blue? Are you feeling low because you're not going to as many parties? You may not even be going to any parties actually. You're not going to any family gatherings. There's nobody doing any lovely jollof rice or chicken, or turkey or roast potatoes. How are you feeling in January? If you're like most of the population all over the world, you may be experiencing what they call the January blues. And that's where there's a dip. December, especially the last week of December, the last 2 weeks between Christmas and January is very, very exciting because you're around friends and family and there's lots of gatherings. And then suddenly, come January, there's a big dip. And it may cause you to feel low and blue. And that is why me, Riri Okoye, your extraordinary happiness coach, is here to give you some advice on how to help you to improve your mood even after the festive season. So the first thing that you need to know is that it is normal. It is absolutely normal for all of us to feel this big drop in excitement, in our happiness, just because things have changed. Even for me today, my last son left, went back to college. The house is empty. I'm an empty nester again. I could just cry right now. But I'm getting used to it. So I know that feeling. So it's normal to feel that way, but we are not going to take it. We're going to find strategies to overcome this, okay? So firstly, you want to understand that it's normal. Now, another thing that happens during this time of year is that people tend to make all these resolutions. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to stop doing that. And then within the second week of January, they have failed, or they have, they've just not been able to keep up with those resolutions. So I would say to you, don't make unrealistic goals or resolutions for the new year. If anything, just pick out 3. Say to yourself, okay, you may have a long list, but just say for this quarter, I am going to focus on 3 of my goals and just focus on the 3. Because what I tend to find, and it's happened to me from previous years, is that I have a long list. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and before you know it, I haven't met my goals. So don't set too many, just keep it short and sweet, okay? Another thing that is so important, especially if you're living at this side of town where I'm at, London, the UK, the nights are still getting dark. So get out there before it gets dark. Get that sunlight. It's so important to go out and get sunlight. So whether it's early morning walk, whether it's lunch break walk, go out there, whether you're working from home or you're working in the office, get that sunlight, get it on you. It's so important and it will help your mood, all right? And as I say that walking, dancing, doing whatever activity that can increase your hormones, increase your energy, you want to continue to do that. I know that during the Christmas time, I saw you on the gram, I saw you on Facebook dancing away. Why are you going to stop dancing in January? I'm not going to stop dancing. In the evenings, it's one of my targets. I do want to get fit, and I've got to do what I enjoy. And you all know, if you've been following me, you all know that I love to dance. So I'm going to keep that up. So in the evening time, whenever it is, I set my timer on my tunes. I just put it on and I dance away. And that's, I'm telling you, will increase my mood, and it will increase your mood too. Another thing that will help you in this season is to eat properly, because I'm telling you, I know what's going on right now. It's January. We've all eaten too much, haven't we? So there's lots of people are going to be dieting, fasting. Yeah, it's part of church and all that, but that's great. But at the same time, when you are not fasting, I encourage you to eat properly, because if you're eating funny stuff like maybe just carrots or just peas, just things because you want to lose the weight, it's going to depress you. You've got to eat good food. Food is good for you, just not in large proportions, okay? So eat properly. Don't do all these fad diets, fad nonsense. They don't work, and you will be really, really depressed. I'm telling you, I've been there. So I know Christmas came, you can see it from my cheeks, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to go on a starvation diet. That is not happening. Remember, I'm going to be moving, I'm going to be dancing, I'm going to be doing all sorts of things to get my body and soul and mind into shape. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to cut off food completely. And I don't think you should too. And then what else we want to do? We want to sleep well, I know we've been up, midnight mass, midnight service, midnight jillificating, all kinds of midnight stuff, yeah. But it's coming back. We have to get back to work now. We have to get back to reality. And we have to get back to our sleep patterns, because some of us, not me, because I love my sleep, but even my children, they were sleeping till, they were not going to bed till 1 p.m. and all of that. But now we have to get back to sleep, get those 7 hours, 8 hours, because sleep affects our mood. And we want to have, enough sleep so that we can be at our optimum performance too. So I encourage you to start going back to getting proper sleep. Now, the final thing that I want to say in terms of this January, you're looking outside, it's grey around here. I know some parts of the world it's not grey, but I'm looking outside and it's grey and it's raining and it's oh my goodness, where am I? One thing that you can do is learn something new. Think to yourself, what do I want to learn this year? Because remember, January is quieter than normal. Whether you're a business person or whether you're working, things are just normally quiet. So you have time. So you can say to yourself, what am I going to learn that will increase value? The other day, a friend of ours was sharing and she sent us something. And I just want to shout out to her. You know yourself. And she did a video collage of relationships. And, she sent it to us. And I saw the app that she used. And I just thought to myself, wow, this is the first time I'm seeing it. I don't know if she's used it before, but it seemed like it was. But it was a good start to something new. And, before you know it, maybe in 3 months, she'll have more stuff that's going on that video and everything. But I'm just saying that she started something new. It was like a video collage, and it looked, she had, she tagged it, she had some stuff on it, and it just was something that I hadn't seen from her before. So if that's you, if you want to start doing more videos, if you want to you might even want to start a podcast, YouTube channel, going live, just start something new. Because when you start something new, it really excites you, I've got stuff in the pipeline that I'm starting. So yeah, start something new. Now, before I go off, I do want to say that, as I said before, I am your extraordinary happiness coach. I actually do confidence, but for this, I'm a happiness coach, and I do have a coaching program. And initially, when I thought about it, I thought to myself, it's going to be a group coaching, but I realized that because people are going through different things, they may not want to come in a group setting and, talk about their stuff. So I'm offering some one-to-one sessions for January. So I know what January is like. So if you're like, Riri, this January, I just don't know how to pick myself together. I want to be more optimistic. I want to be more positive. I've got goals. I need your help. Send me a message. I'm here to help you. I'm at coach@ririokoye.com. You can get in touch with me. Wherever you see this podcast, you can send me a message and I will respond to you. And we will work together one-on-one to help you to improve your mood for not just this season, but for the year. Because happiness and well-being are so important to our health, just mentally, physically, emotionally, and all of those good things. And I am here to help you. So if that's something that you want, do get in touch. So once again, you've been listening to the 11th episode. I've been talking about how to overcome the January blues. And I hope that by the end of this podcast, you'll be more optimistic to start January with a bang and say to yourself, I got this. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Take care. Bye.